Hi, I am Chef Ashutosh Awasthi, Executive Chef, owner and founder of Sheer Madness, a passionate marathon runner, author of the book Great Health Comes from Exercise and Nutrition, a person who transformed himself in his 40s from fat to fit, and now I have inspired many, especially in the hotel industry. So my career started around 25 years back. That was with ITC Maratha, post which I went abroad. So 7 years outside India. It was mostly into US waters and UK. So it was P&O cruise, where actually I traveled across the world. So around the world, 2 cruises done. 2 cruises around the world means you cover up the entire globe. And during this tenure of my P&O cruise, it was when I realized the importance of nutrition, the food, because I was working as a diet chef. A diet chef is a chef who actually cooks special food for specially dietary requirements. So at that time I actually was trained and went thoroughly. So what are the real needs for a diabetic person, or let's say a person with a high blood pressure or whatever. So as per their dietary requirement, as per their health conditions, as the doctors prescribe them, because they have a certain health issue with them. So that was it. Then I came back to India, and then till that time I was into a shippy mode, and before which I used to cook. It was mostly into making tasty food and plating and presentation of food. And then I realized once I had understood the importance, my plating patterns changed. So it was mostly into a balanced meal. So it wasn't just a chicken steak. So it had some carbs, it had some vegetables to it, and so on and so forth. So that's how chefs do the plating. So you can just find there are thousands of chefs plating everything. So that was one part of it. And then I started into my own fitness journey, which I started running marathon and started moving out, and it was a slow, steady pace. Year or two, it wasn't 2 years, it was a year of dedicated work, and then I had transformed from 95 plus kilos to 63 kilos. So that was a major transformation. So that's it. And then till then, since then, so I should be more specific, I have completed around 5 full marathons, six to be exact, and 6 full marathons, and after 85, 20 half marathons, we call it 21 kilometers. So I stopped actually counting. So it's and then 10 kilometers is my daily practice run. So I won't even consider that as a. So the idea was behind Sheer Madness was where post my runs, I used to come back home tired. So, and for the recovery thing, I didn't wanted to consume any of those, because obviously we look into the ingredients from a chef's perspective. We look into every ingredient, whatever we consume. So ingredients, there were numerous codes. You'll find small codes behind every packed food. So when I thoroughly studied each of these codes, they are actually chemicals. And so I took just followed the granny's recipe of doodh badam, doodh haldi. So it was almond, and then I had some flaxseed at home. So toast them, grind them to a fine powder, add a pinch of turmeric, made this mixture, added to the glass of milk. So I'm not lactose intolerant. For lactose intolerant, you can easily add this into your glass of curd, make a lassi out of it. And so then COVID hit. So, and again I saw the problem with the packed food industries, like they use those chemicals. Yes, these are approved chemicals. I won't say they are not approved by FSSAI or the governing bodies. They are approved, but they were approved for medicinal purposes, not to add them to the food. A food means how nature has provided us with food. It shouldn't be you add in those chemicals. Yes, to preserve, there are numerous other ways how you can preserve. it doesn't make any sense you preserve things using those chemicals. You don't need to actually. Did our grannies used to preserve achar using sodium benzoate? I don't think. So they didn't even knew about sodium benzoate. So they used to just remove off the air using that layer of oil. So any pickle used to be covered with oil to the brim, and then sun rays used to do the rest of the work. The maturing part, these all sun rays used to do that. So that's how I came up with the idea of Doodh Badam, Doodh Haldi with added benefits of flaxseed. Now, why particular almond and flaxseed in particular? Obviously, yes, these are high in protein. They give you vitamin E and omega 3. Now, there was a research done in 2018, I think. Yes, 2018. There has been a research done. What happens if you combine omega 3 and vitamin E? It reduces your oxidative stress, and then you actually regenerate. So you're not aging, you are re-aging. So that's how I should say. These products are patented. Patent has been published, so you can check the patent number and just find out the entire process of making these powders. They're very simple. You can make them at home even. So those recipes are patented. So that's one part of it. Now, to the point of how I transformed from fat to fit was I took small steps. It was a daily consistent step. So it was more on consistency. 1 kilometer. First I started walking, then it was 100 meter of run and 100 meter of walk. Eventually went up to 200 meters, and then so on and so forth. So you take small steps. Recovery is an important part to runs and endurance exercise. So you need to recover fast so that you are ready for the next day morning. Obviously you need to push your mind. Even till date today, let's say for example this morning I wanted to actually go out for a run and then just ended up walking. That was a 6 kilometer walk. So you need to push yourself. Yes, hard. You need to push yourself hard. So that's and motivation. You need to motivate yourself. You need to push yourself hard. So that's how you actually, if you really need fitness. Now coming to the nutrition part. So the concept behind Sheer Madness was not to use any chemicals in preservation, and then we further developed the whole brand towards we made energy drinks for kids. So it's a health drink made out of almonds, flaxseed, oats. We add oats. The reason is small kids, they need a bit of more carbs. Again, same almond, flaxseed and turmeric being the mother ingredients. One product has oats to them, the other has moringa. Now moringa is another superfood with thousands of benefits. So a combination of various superfoods, you can say. The energy bar, the desi protein bar. So for a desi protein bar, we use sattu as the protein instead of going with the whey. Or even now, to this point, I'll just give you a small thing. Whey by itself is not wrong, or there's nothing wrong into the whey. The way it is available in the market. So when I say whey, I am saying whey protein. So the form in which it is available in the market is the problem. The problem doesn't lies with whey protein. So all you have to do is curdle the milk, add a bit of lemon juice into your boiling milk. You'll find it curdled. Once it splits, let it boil a bit more so it's completely splits into two. The solid form is casein protein. So milk constitutes of two protein, casein and whey. So this part is casein, the solid form is casein, and the liquid byproduct which we generally throw. And the irony is, हमें अपना छेने का पानी फेंक देने को बोला गया और हम लोग imported whey मंगा रहे हैं. So you can understand, and we are buying in imported whey protein. So और हम अपना छेने का पानी को रोज ड्रेन में डाल देते हैं. So now this byproduct water is most natural form of whey. Let it cool. Put it into your refrigerator. Just let it cool. Once it's cold, you'll get a better taste, because by taste that warm whey you won't be able to consume it. Let that thing cool. Add in a pinch of jeera powder, garam masala powder, sorry, not garam masala, black salt, jeera powder, black salt, and then just dilute them, mix them in, and then that's it. So you'll get the most, and you can drink up to 3 glasses. You won't have any side effects. Whereas for those concentrators, see, the problem is not even with the concentration. So the moment you add in water to it dilutes. What about how it's been preserved? So, and what do they do to add in, like it doesn't solidifies, because they add in INS 551. That's an anti-caking agent. Now, when I am saying an anti-caking agent, don't take. Now, it has silicon dioxide. So, INS 551 is a code which says silicon dioxide. Now, what is that? Balu. So, let me ask a very simple question to these manufacturers who use these whey protein using INS 551. If given a pinch of sand daily, maybe once, maybe twice a day, will they consume it? If the answer is yes, fair enough. People can decide on their own. But INS 551 is nothing but silicon dioxide, and it is one of the ingredients which is available into almost all packed food, and especially the health drink. See, if I am, let's say, we use, even in our kitchen, we use mayonnaise and we use those tomato ketchups. Fair enough. We understand the people who come in to drink or eat and dine, they don't have them daily. So, this is something which you are saying yourself that I am going to indulge tonight with good food, tasty food and all that. How about if I have to give you the same thing with your, as stating that this is healthy? Will you consume a pinch of sand every day? If the answer is no, I think yes, there lies the answer. So that was one part. So this is how my brand came up. That was 4 years back. Now in 2021, so post COVID, after the first phase of COVID, and then eventually the journey went. So yes, we use sugar. When I say sugar, I mean natural sugar. So we use for our energy bars and the millet bars and desi protein bars. So in particularly we use natural sugars like jaggery. Again, to the sugar there is a big myth. If you actually work out, if our lifestyle has changed, so there's nothing wrong in having. Yes, there is issues with the refined sugar. There's no to it. I won't contradict anyone's statement that there's nothing wrong with refined sugar. Yes, refined sugar it was a concept again brought in by the British because they couldn't carry jaggery or sugar cane from India to their countries, so they used to clarify them using again numerous chemicals and this. So that's how refined sugar came into the being, and that's how obviously sugar cane was India's product. If you dig a bit of history, you'll find sugarcane was always been India's product. So only the tropical condition changed. They even took Indian people to those South American countries and Guyana and all. They have thousands of Indians staying there, and they all went for sugarcane farming. So we use jaggery, we use honey, we use dates, we use raisins. So these are all natural sweeteners. Yes, they have sweet. Obviously, excess of anything is bad. So even if you have 10 energy bars, I'll say no. Obviously, 1 or 2. And if you are a good runner, if you are a passionate runner, yes, you can go up to 3 to 4 runs, 3 to 4 bars. So that's completely a personal choice. So we use these ingredients, all clean, clearly mentioned in the front of the pack label, and front of the pack label, which is also known as FOPL, is nothing new to us. We have been using that since 2021. So that's how we started our journey, and then it continues. So that's about the brand, about preservation. Now, when we say about preservation, you don't need any of these preservatives or additives. So natural taste, natural flavors are more than enough. to actually make a food product. Now about packing, even when our grannies or our mothers used to cook or still cook, so they make a sabji out of it. So do you think you add sodium benzoate to preserve it as that? I'm just saying sodium benzoate, that's just one chemical. You'll find them as INS this, INS that, and numerous other codes, small code, gums and how, yes, gums, you need a gum, fair enough. If you need to thicken something, use corn flour. Forget about a corn flour. How about a roux? Roux is a equal proportion of butter and flour, so the refined flour. So thickening doesn't mean you need to use xanthan gum. Let's see again. Xanthan gum in small quantity is right, but what about if I have to say that xanthan gum is a healthy product? The issue lies there. In small quantity, if you are having it and once in a while, that's fair enough. When we cook in the hotel industry, we use these ingredients. We use those ketchups. We use those tomato sauce. We use those soya sauce, which are bottled. We get in those fish oil and fish sauce, and we get those. But that's once in a while, because you're not going to eat outside and to a 5-star restaurant every day, right? So that's how we like, and then naming them healthy and using them into your health drink and health product is what I was completely against. And so about the preservation, we use vacuum pack. So there's a you just remove off the air. So a microbe needs what? It needs humidity. It needs a proper temperature. Obviously, India has a good temperature, so they will grow. Humidity is one aspect of it. You can reduce it to a certain extent, but then again you cannot reduce more of humidity because your food product will decline. So how about removing of the air, or at least removing of the oxygen from the air? So we use, for our energy bars, so we use oxygen absorbers. So they are small sachets. You just put them into the pouch, they suck in all the oxygen out of it, and then the shelf life of the product increases. So these are the ways in which you can easily increase your product shelf life.